Good evening. First, let me thank everyone for coming here tonight to honor these graduates who have worked so hard to arrive at this point in their lives. Many of you have played an important role in helping them get to this point, and I'm sure they're very thankful for that. Graduation is a special time for any person. It marks the end of one chapter and the beginning of another. This new chapter will bring with it both opportunities and challenges. For those of you graduating from college, you know that unemployment is high in the current economy, and that finding a job may be difficult. If you like that, you're going to love this. I really appreciated what one job applicant, how he handled getting a letter of rejection from a place that he had applied for a job at. This is what he wrote in response to his letter of rejection. He says, "Thank you for your letter of February the 17th. After careful consideration, I regret to inform you that I am unable to accept your refusal to offer me employment with your bank. This year I have been particularly fortunate in receiving an unusually large number of rejection letters. With such a varied and promising field of candidates, it's impossible for me to accept all the refusals. Despite Company 203's outstanding qualifications and previous experience in rejecting applicants, I find that your rejection does not meet my needs at this time. Therefore, I will initiate my employment with your firm immediately following my graduation. I look forward to seeing you then." The reality is that things don't always work out the way that we want to. Sometimes we get rejected. Sometimes we aren't able to follow the path that we had chosen. And often we'll try to follow that path anyway, sometimes with disappointing results. I was talking to a friend of mine from Decatur, I guess it was last week. He graduated from Harding University. He's now living in Birmingham, working for a pharmaceutical company. That's not what he wants to do the rest of his life. He's taken the MCAT, getting ready to, or he's already taken it, got results, weren't quite what he wanted to see, so he took it again. He's hoping to be able to score high enough to apply for medical school. He says that if he doesn't get into medical school, he's going to take the LSAT and become a lawyer, at least try to. And he's trying to figure out what exactly he's going to do with his life. I mean, he said, "Well, I had this path laid out in my head. I knew what was going to happen. I knew what I wanted to do, but the doors just haven't opened the way that I thought that they would." And he said, I'm praying and I'm trying to keep my faith, and I'm asking God just to show me what path He wants me to take, show me what my future has in store. And he says, I'm just not getting anything. I'm not receiving anything. I feel like I'm on a treadmill, just kind of running in place. And I just don't know what's going to happen. I just can't seem to figure out what my life is going to be about. And being the good minister that I am, I paused and said, yeah, God can be annoying like that. He didn't quite expect that response. But still, I think he understood the point I was trying to make. We spend so much time trying to figure out what God wants us to do. We ask which jobs we should apply for. We wonder which school we should go to. We try to figure out which church God has planned for us to be a part of. Many Christians spend a lot of time and energy trying to figure out what God wants. I'm going to try to simplify this for us tonight. God wants you to glorify Him. I'll say that again. God wants you to glorify Him. No matter where you go to school or what career you pick, God wants you to glorify Him. God wants to use you to accomplish His will wherever you are. In my personal opinion, I don't think God is as interested in what specific path you take as He is in making sure that on that path you serve the people that you meet. For example, God wants you to teach others about Him, whether you're a minister or a pharmacist or a school teacher or an engineer. Maybe it's up to us to do what makes us happy, but only with the expectation that whatever it is can be used to bring honor to God. With that in mind, I want us to go to the book of Proverbs and look at a passage that gives us very practical advice, which can be used by anyone in any situation to honor God. Proverbs chapter 3, we'll start with verse 1. "My son, do not forget my teaching, but let your heart keep my commands. for they will bring you many days of full life and well-being. Never let loyalty and faithfulness leave you. Tie them around your neck. Write them on the tablet of your heart. Then you will find favor and high regard in the sight of God and man. Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and do not rely on your own understanding. Think about Him in all your ways, and He will guide you on the right paths. Don't consider yourselves to be wise. Fear the Lord and turn away from evil. This will be healing for your body and strengthening for your bones. Honor the Lord with your possessions, and with Him, and with the first produce of your entire harvest. Then your barns will be completely filled, and your vats will overflow with new wine. Do not despise the Lord's instructions, my son, and do not loathe His discipline. For the Lord disciplines the one He loves, just as a father the son He delights in. Graduates, these words should remind you of both where you've been and should also provide a light to guide you down whatever path you take. Don't forget the teaching that you've received. Always carry with you the lessons that your parents and other members of this congregation have shared. Trust in the Lord to lead you, because He knows the road ahead much better than you. Do not think that you're smarter than you are, because pride usually comes before the fall. Give God your best, and He'll take care of your needs. Finally, do not shy away from the difficult task or blame God for your trials. Your Father loves you, and therefore allows difficulties so that you can become more like Him. That's the wisdom of Solomon.